Welcome to Couch Potato, The Bachelor.
This week is.
I think that I saw one which was super tacky looking in a tent. He actually, I'm wondering which one that is.
He's with another woman.
A dramatic new episode of The Bachelor starts right now.
This is the week of overnights. This is the week where I get to really start to talk about the details with Matt of what life would look like. And I want to know where his feelings are at. I am ready to spend the rest of my life with Matt. And I'm ready to tell him that I'm ready. I don't think I could have predicted how quickly and easily I could fall for someone. I mean, it's exciting because Matt's such an amazing and incredible and empathetic person, but it's also really hard. There are two other women that Matt has really strong connections with. So fantasy suites are a really big deal. Feel it in every ounce of my being that he is who I'm supposed to be with. It's scary because, I still have that chance of losing him, but I know I want it more than anything I've ever wanted. At the end of the night, I know we all had a really hard time, sending Matt home in the car after that. So it's kind of
I
nice
honestly
that,
do not
those
understand how
conversations
all
that
three of
happen
these
at
girls are
dinner
sitting
get to
here
carry into the
talking
night
to
as
each
well.
other like this about a guy that each of them wants to call a husband. Like, I just
Hi, Chris.
can't make sense of this.
I'm good, thanks. This is really amazing and wild.
Exactly,
In fact, we
wild.
started with 38. Well, we didn't start with 38, but we got to 38. And here we are. And so let's talk about this week. Each of you will have an amazing romantic day. And yes, overnight dates. You will each receive a fantasy suite card where the two of you will decide as a couple what you choose to do. You're going to get that off-camera time to have tough conversations, to say whatever you want to say, to figure out really what does your life look like? Where do we live? What do you believe in? What, kids, all this stuff. Use that time wisely, as I know he will, because I know he's very serious and very happy. So this is the first overnight card right here. So I'll leave it
I like how you just
and
did that.
I hope to see all you
Day
ladies at the next
card.
one.
Thank you. Day card comes, and I'm hoping that I'm on this first one. This is one of the most
You
important
all
days
want to
for
be the
us
first
ever.
one.
I just can't wait to just
I
have
like her
that
smile.
uninterrupted time
It's really
to
pretty.
feel even closer to him than I already feel now. Michelle, it's time to get even closer. Matt.
Michelle is going to be the first one to go on a date. Let's see, where are they going? What are they doing? He looks a little nervous.
And I'm excited about the overnight.
Yeah, with that big
I have
breath.
3 women
He's definitely
that I can see myself
nervous.
marrying.
Diamond asked a really good question. She said, if he had her go on the first date, does that mean that he likes her more? And my answer was not necessarily. So right now, I don't really have an opinion because all three of these women are equally compatible to be with him. And clearly they all make him happy. So I really don't know who he's going to choose. But I want it all. I want it all, and I want it now. I think we all want it now. And why don't I have it all? That's what I want to know.
For me to move forward, I need to address those demons in my life. And hopefully today is the first step in doing that.
Well, it's nice to be here.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Nice to see you.
It's been a minute.
It's been a great minute. Wow. You're doing well.
I'm trying to. It's
You're
hard.
doing well. You've always done well. I'm not worried about that.
Because I guard my heart and I guard my feelings and emotions because of what I've been through with you and what I've been through with our family.
You can't do that. You gotta let that go and just open up, man. Yeah.
And when I needed you, you weren't there to have those conversations.
I don't think any parent is going to want to be in this position and on national television with their demons coming out. Because what he's not realizing is that his dad probably did try to do the best that he could do for him with what he was given in life. And unfortunately, probably his backstory, his father's backstory, isn't the greatest either. So it's really tough. Like, basically what we need to do is start working on ourselves and doing better for us so that we could do better for our children. Because if we keep going backwards, we're never going to go forward. I think that's the most that I could say on this
My
topic.
father was killed when I was 5 now. So, yeah, I'm gonna take some of that blame of being not showing up as a father figure much as supposed to be. But do you know what I went through? You want me to tell you the real deal what I went through? Do you know what I went through with your mom when you guys were like 2 or 3? You want me to tell you the real deal, bro? I came home one day, your mom was gone, bro. Nobody's perfect, son. Look around you in this world. Who's perfect? I'm not perfect. You're not perfect yourself.
Like, I'm trying to have a real conversation with you. I don't want you to make excuses. I just want you to hear where I'm coming from. You're talking about mom leaving you.
Yes.
I thank God that she had the courage to stand up for herself and do something because of the situation you put her in.
This is not easy.
This is a journey for me that I'm going on, and for me to get through it, I'm having to address these demons that we're talking about right now. And these are the hard conversations that we haven't had that I'm ready to have. That's why you're here, Dad. If we wanted to go celebrate, we'd go to Chuck E. Cheese. I wanted you here.
Oh my God! He can't. What did he say that for? Actually, you know what? We've never really been to Chuck E. Cheese.
You really got that out of this? Let's go to Chuck E. Cheese and spend $20.
No, we are not going to Chuck E. Cheese. There's a reason why we've never been. I'm just saying. It is. It really is.
I remember.
You want to celebrate? We'll go to Chuck E. Cheese. Oh my God, that's funny. He's not doing well.
You have to get to this point to whatever I can do to make it better, I will work on it. Because I want you to be happy too for the rest of your life, and I want you to have a relationship that's healthy and not like what I went through.
You can tell his dad means that.
Thank you.
I forgive you. I'm not holding grudges against those things. I just want us to move forward and...
Yeah, there you go.
I haven't had a conversation like that with my dad ever.
So kick your ass inside.
Oh my God, they're gonna make me cry. You guys suck.
He finally gets to this point.
This is not what I was trying to do.
Like, it's not a one-time thing.
Oh my gosh, why?
Doing great, man.
I don't want this to happen.
Conversation isn't going to change the way someone thinks or feels.
No, it's not, but you could tell that it was genuine. So let's like try not to ruin this. Like, that'd be great.
For my dad, I love you, Dad.
I really don't want to ruin my makeup. I really don't. It is not worth it.
Are you right about that?
Oh my gosh, that was such. Oh, it's coming out. That was such a beautiful moment. Stop it. No, you're not. No, you don't.
I believe my person's here. I'm absolutely excited. So, one-on-one overnights this week.
I hope that made you feel good. You could tell that was genuine. Oh my gosh, you guys. Why did you do that to me? It's a commercial. Good, I gotta fix my makeup. He is on his date with Michelle. I just got some pistachio ice cream. 88 grams, one serving, Blue Bunny.
What goes into your life and being a teacher and all the stress and personalities because you have to balance. And I thought to myself, what better way and who more deserving of a spa day than this
Okay.
is going to be a traditional Pennsylvania Dutch spa day.
Okay, but no.
I don't know what that entails, but I'm here for it.
Spa day is, but I'm excited I'm going to do it this week.
Yeah.
As long as it's with you, I think we can handle it.
I'm optimistic, you know?
This is the week where we're able to take the next step in our relationship. We're getting down to that engagement. Oh, this is the biggest day I've ever been on, and I'm ready to get even closer to Matt today, with whatever that means we're doing. Wow. What is this?
Exactly. What is this?
Is that milk?
I have no idea.
Are you gonna taste it?
I'm not tasting it. I'm not tasting it. I don't know what it is.
Oh wait, what is this?
I'm not tasting it. I don't know what it is.
This is weird. There's a bear in the corner. And
Yeah.
the container looks like oatmeal.
Looks like oatmeal.
Looks like milk,
Those white sunshine.
but it looks relaxing.
Oh wow, they look really cute together like that, dressed in white.
It looks like Michelle and I are in for a day.
Right there.
That's weird.
That's pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys.
It does smell good then.
Isn't it?
Do you think it's just oatmeal?
I think so.
Then taste it.
I am not tasting this. You won't.
Yeah, she actually tried to make him.
Pennsylvania Dutch experience. We're just enjoying each other's company. That's what I love about Michelle. She can make anything fun, and she's not afraid to laugh at herself. This is really good for your skin.
I smell like sugar cookie.
You want the butter down? Apply the butter. Oh yeah, there it is.
That's just like the release of the stress. I made sure to cover all of Matt's surfaces.
They're having a wild time.
It feels comfortable. Like it feels like
Natural, organic, where you are meant to be. All of those things. That was a cute little date.
What do you think was the most?
relaxing.
Yeah.
Either the oatmeal or the milk bath.
The milk.
I think the milk bath would be much better. I don't know about that whole oatmeal thing. That's a little weird.
I was going to be.
Yeah, no, I'm too tired.
Yeah, you really like the oatmeal. I can tell.
That was just for the feet.
Last week was so special. I mean,
This is really good ice cream.
being able to like see such a
You
big
guys are
part
gonna
of
want
my
to get it.
life with meeting my mom and my dad. Yeah, my feelings definitely grew a lot just because you were able to see like who I am, where I came from, and so I'm really happy that you were able to meet everybody that you did.
Me too.
How did you feel about it?
I felt relaxed. I felt comfortable. The most comfortable probably of anybody that I was introduced to last week.
Really?
Yeah, and it's just a testament to how you were raised and your family, and they just seem to be so in love with each other. And like, there's nothing that I feel like either one of them wouldn't do for you or each other.
They really talk through everything. Like when we made decisions, it was very much like a team
Yeah.
feeling. It's
So
so
it
cool to
should be.
see because they will like laugh together. Like they get the giggles and are laughing
I saw it.
so hard together. Like everyone
That's
talks about
adorable.
falling in love and being in love. And I think those are really important conversations. But I think it's also
I really like her face. Like, she's just got like a really nice natural face. I like even though her teeth are a little spaced apart from each other, it's really pretty actually. It's like she's just really pretty. I like her. I didn't think I was gonna like her because she was one of those new girls that came in like later in the show. But I do. I like this girl. She's a good girl. She's a teacher too.
I hadn't thought about it like that.
No, she came in later.
Staying in love.
Staying in love, yeah. I think looking at my parents, like I think I have a good idea on how to do it. I feel like I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they make sense.
Michelle's parents have been married for 30 plus years. That's what I want for myself. I think about hopes and dreams I have for the relationship I'm going to have with my wife one day. And I see that in Michelle and our relationship. And that's what I'm thinking about going into tonight.
You better not be lying.
We're two people that could be married. And we're two people that could spend the rest of our life together. Tonight's huge for us.
Yeah.
Michelle and I's relationship could change forever.
Yes, it could. And it will. I feel like all he's doing is just bashing his dad right now on national television. It's kind of shitty.
Part of your heart with me, even though that was a painful one. And even though I grew up in this situation where I had a really good example of love, I think you still bring just as much to the table from having your example of love that you saw. And for you to sit down and have that conversation with him is just a huge step.
And the fact that you asked and cared about that means a lot.
Well, if I'm here for you, I know what I feel in my heart for you. And it feels completely right. And it feels crazy saying that, but I do look at you as my person. And as that person that I want to spend the rest of my life with. And so I want you to know.
This is so wild. This is all from a show. Like, how many of these stories are true success stories? Like, just true, not like fake true, but like true, like super true, like really true. Yeah, like you didn't know you're already gonna get that. Come on.
Michelle and Matt, I hope you've enjoyed your relaxing day here at McCollin. You've had an incredible journey to get to this point. Should you choose to forego your individual rooms, please use this key to stay together as a couple. Chris Harrison. I would love the opportunity to truly get to know each other.
Wouldn't it be funny if one of the girls was like, nope, I'm good, thanks, I'm out. Oh, that would be so funny. That would be funny. I don't know. I like the drama of it all. Like I don't know. Tell the guy like, listen, I'm gonna do it on the camera, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna tell you no, and we're gonna do this whole dramatic thing, but really it's a yes. So like, let's totally fuck with the cameras here.
It feels right to say it, so I'm gonna say it. I love you now. Wow. To be able to tell Matt that I'm in love with him is such a relief. Like, this is happening. With Matt. And thinking about an engagement with him does not scare me.
What do you think?
I need to get used to mornings like this. What scares me is the feeling of knowing that you don't want to spend the rest of your life without that person. And so I'm hoping that Matt feels the same things that I am.
They just look like they make so much sense.
Waking up next to Michelle this morning, it's not hard to see life with her. It just works. She's an amazing woman, and where we went last night was incredible.
He literally screams at her, oh, and he blew her a kiss.
The way that we interact with one another. And
I like that natural look of hers. Isn't it pretty? She's really pretty.
My wife.
And I'm getting like all teary-eyed. Stupid show. Even hell, that is so ridiculous. Why? 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 It's so fucked up. It's just gonna make me cry. Oh, it is. Oh my gosh. That was actually really pretty. I liked the scenery. I liked the authenticity of both of them. That was really sweet, actually. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe I am, like, crying. This is so ridiculous.
It was good. You guys are gonna really enjoy just the time that you get with Matt, and like the time that you get to have like conversations and conversations and conversations. And so, yeah, that's what I wanted going into the night, and that's what I got out of it. And so I was really happy about it.
They are struggling. They are not very happy. They don't want to hear your happiness. And Rachel she's crying. But not the same kind of crying as me. My crying is the happiness of them. Her crying is like just emotional. I cannot believe Matt just did this to me kind of crying.
Myself between being really excited to see Matt and also just being extremely frustrated with the situation. And I don't really know how to work through both of those emotions.
That's why you signed up. So this is awful. Or you just sleep like Rachel.
I'm battling between being jealous, and I'm battling between being hurt and excited and happy and in love. And
You're in for a wild ride, woman. Rachel is last. Oh, she's just not gonna be able to take this nonsense. Oh my gosh, she's so gonna just lose it. It's gonna be this date with the Brie that Rachel's like, I'm done, Matt. Like, I can't do this. Yeah, Rachel just. But see, then again, you save the best for last is like a terminology that people use too. So if she gets the tent, then he definitely does not care about her. He's not going to give Rachel the tent. Like, so Bree's getting the tent. That's my prediction. She's walking in the woods, so clearly hers is the tent. Yeah. No, she's walking in rugged shoes and fallen leaves. He's doing the whole outdoors thing with her.
but there's no pressure on it.
Ah.
What are we gonna do today?
Not so fast. Welcome to the outdoors.
Yeah, I love the outdoors.
What's the most amount of time you spent in the woods?
Probably this entire time.
Really? Good. So we are going to be hiking through the woods. And I've got sleeping bags. I've got all the different tools that we'll need to navigate our trail today.
Okay. A little nervous. Looks like we're going camping.
Today,
This is the stupidest fucking date ever.
I'm very excited. I'm sure the last thing that Bree wanted to do was be out in the woods.
Okay.
But the truth is, I'm not letting her in on the secret that I've never been camping in the woods. We've landed. This is base camp,
Okay.
and the first thing we should do is pitch our tent.
Okay. Strapped me in all the way. You need to run 50 times?
Yeah, I know how to pitch a tent. Pitch many tents.
All right. How do you pitch this
You're
one?
welcome. I honestly wouldn't have been able to get it up.
Okay.
I want you to be comfortable because it's going to be a long night.
It's gonna get warm. We'll have PJs on. Why are you laughing?
I thought Matt was joking, but then I started thinking, oh, maybe you're actually sleeping in the tent tonight. This is our fantasy suite. Isn't it where we're sleeping?
We're not camping out here tonight. As much as I wanted to have you out here in the woods.
Things you do for love.
Well, it's safe to say
Yeah,
that
she is not.
neither one of us.
I just, no.
I'm having a lot of fun.
On this whole thing, no. It's one thing to go to the park, walk around, check out the nature, enjoy life. It's another to... Yeah, I wouldn't, for a date, I wouldn't feel comfortable enough to be with any guy, honestly, like, to go camping. I don't know who they are, I don't trust you, and, so maybe I'm gonna bring my gun with me, because, like, I just don't trust this. Like, this is on TV, So it's obviously different. But like when you're one-on-one with somebody and you're going and doing a date like that, you don't know who the fuck they are.
Oh my
I'm
gosh,
not going
so
with you in the
overwhelming,
woods
but in the
crazy.
best way.
When we walked in, and like nervous because I know how I feel about you, and I know how much she means to you. So going into that conversation, I'm just like, God, please don't let me say anything dumb, and just like be myself. And just like this date, I was looking forward to it because it's like you're someone I wanted to spend this time with since the beginning of this journey.
I could
And,
tell
like,
he's
all this stuff I
lying
wanna
right
talk to
now.
Lee about, and like it's organically come out through our conversation, just through spending time.
I don't believe
And
any of this is
it's just a
natural.
testament to how comfortable I am around you and who you are.
And I don't believe that either.
This credit.
What if someone wants you to watch The Good Doctor?
Are you serious right now?
Yeah.
Like couch potato that? I don't know.
The day was everything I could have hoped for.
Incredible.
Matt has done an incredible job at giving me reassurance that he feels the same way that I do.
So tell me, woman in the woods, what did you think about our date today?
After every single date
Yeah.
that I feel like we've had, I always say, I would never do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you're welcome for pitching me.
You're not gonna let that go. He can act independently of how he does.
Yeah.
It took me having that conversation with him to have me in that place where I think I need to be ready for this commitment. That was like a major part of me moving forward with this.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you telling me that. I remember on our first night,
He didn't really want to share that with her.
I feel really good about telling Matt that I'm in love with him. I continue to impress myself at how much I'm able to open up to Matt.
Wow.
Okay, that's much better than the stupid 10.
I'm so excited to find love with Matt. I'm hoping that tonight is the first night together of many to come.
It's about where Rachel is and how like she's responding to all of this, because the commercials nearly almost portray her leaving. Like that's the sense I get. So well, either Rachel is purposely keeping herself distant from them, like she should, because it's not her time to be with him, but the show's made it nearly feel as if she just cannot handle this and is gonna leave. So I don't know. I have no idea right now. I mean, obviously we're gonna see, we're gonna sit and watch, but actually every prediction that I feel that I've made so far, I'm really not too sure about. Well, honestly, now I'm just not too sure about.
I am just in a state of pure bliss. I feel like I'm on cloud nine and so in love. I don't want to see her. Hey. Hi. How are you guys? You know. Same old, same old. Yeah, nothing's changed. How are you? Good. What'd you guys do? There was a really good time. We went backpacking and camping.
Outdoors crap.
No, but I actually for a second thought that. But it ended up being a fun time anyways. So, it was a good day. Yeah. The uninterrupted, undisturbed time. I'm not even lying to you guys. Like worth the wait, honestly. But it was really nice. Yeah. So it's good. Are you excited for your date, Rach?
Yeah, but of course, like, I'm getting in my head about it just feeling different. Because he's already been through so much this week. I think that's like the biggest fear in my mind right now. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's such an uncomfortable situation.
Guess I'm gonna go get ready for my day.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
It's just scary. I think I'm just really feeling the pressure about our time together. It hurts seeing how they feel, seeing how they felt the morning after, and hearing what they both had to say. I'm worried about how he feels, what he's thinking. I'm freaking out. I know how I feel about him. I know that I love him. I know that this is love because I don't feel like I can live without him. But I really did break this week. At this point, I just want to be like, just tell me, like, do I need to walk away? I'm just scared he's gonna hurt me.
The next morning, the bar is very high today. This time with Rachel, I couldn't be more excited.
The bar is very high today. That's disgusting. The bar is very high today. I cannot believe he just fucking said that.
I feel the most nervous I've ever felt before seeing him. You know, I feel like my heart is in my throat. I'm just really worried his feelings have changed throughout the week and he has a stronger connection with someone else. One of my biggest fears right now is walking up and just having it feel immediately different between us.
I don't understand her shirt choice. It's like she just gave up.
Been a while.
Hi. I missed you.
You too.
Like a lot. How you been?
I'm alright. I've been thinking about you.
I've been worried about that.
I can see that Rachel has something on her heart and on her mind. And I'm feeling that as I'm walking up to our date. I have no idea what she was going through.
Hi,
What is this, the movie Ghost?
welcome. My name is Lauren, and I'm going to be your ceramics instructor for today.
This being the last of the overnights is a big day for me and Rachel's relationship. I'm hoping that she's all right.
The first thing you're going to do is start with a really strong foundation. The thing that's great about ceramics is that it really is like building a
You would do
relationship.
really well at this, Diamond.
You have an idea in your head of how it's going to turn out, but things change, and so you need to be flexible and understanding.
Yeah, but you pick things up really quick, so you would be able to master that very quick. I mean, do you see your little tiny statues that are sitting right there that you made? That was like quick. You could do something. You pop something out of there and it'd be phenomenal and ready to sell.
About how today's gonna go. He was with 2 other women.
She just can't allow herself to have any fun right now.
But your fingers are going to go inside the hole.
The thought of him getting intimate with another woman, like, it is absolutely excruciating. I'm beating myself up about it.
How are we doing?
I feel like I need to talk to you. I don't want it to like ruin our day. I think I really just have a lot to get off my chest, and I just want to sit him down and get answers. Like, I just don't want to wait around for the heartbreak. You know, like, I picture you as my future husband. I know you know that. And, you know, when I picture you as that person for me, and then knowing that you're spending really intimate time with other people, like, I really didn't think I would get through this week, honestly. you to look into every single relationship to where, when you do make that decision at the end of all of this, you are like fully confident in that decision and it's the right one. So I get it. Like I know you have to do what you have to do, but like I've been getting in my mind thinking like if your mind's changed about how you feel for me and everything.
It's an interesting choice of earring placements
like
that she has
with me
done.
at this point, and I just don't.
I wish she would move her
be able
hair
to
out of the way
handle
so I
losing
could
you.
see it better.
I didn't really want to start today like this, but I just felt like I needed to just get it all out.
I'm glad we're doing it. Like there's not a right time to have this conversation. Like whenever you're feeling this, I want to talk about it. There's no easy way to go about these next 2 weeks, but it's necessary so that like the end of this, you can have 100% assurance in where I'm at with you and us, and as respectfully as I can go about it, do the same with everybody.
That didn't really give her the answer she was looking for.
When I'm with you, you're all I'm thinking about. And today's your day. I wanted you to be in the best place for our time this week and like rest up from our parachuting. I'm serious. That scared me. Like, I don't like to take myself to like a dark place, but I did when I saw you hit the ground. It freaked me out, and when I saw you laying there, I wanted you to be okay. That was like really the first time I was like, what would life be like without Rachel? And I'm only gonna say things that I mean and do things that I mean and feel. And I'm gonna continue to show you how I feel about you, and where I'm at with you as I'm falling in love.
He hasn't said that to any of the other girls.
Like head over heels for you. I'm completely in love with you.
Okay, now are you gonna finally let yourself have a good time today?
I was honest with Matt. He really does make me feel so good, and I just really feel like I can.
This is literally the scene from Ghost. Come on.
It actually looks really good.
I really am in love with him, and I'm just a happier, better person when I'm with him. Every part of me wants Matt, and I'm really excited for tonight to actually.
The fact that she allowed him to put that bullshit in her hair, yeah, she's pretty in love with him.
Tonight is our potential fantasy suite, and probably the most important night that I spent with Matt. Being intimate, it's really important to have in a relationship, especially someone that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. So I'm nervous going into tonight. Oh, this is cute. I really do put walls up, and I've never let my guard down like this. But I see him as my husband, and I want to be his wife, and I feel like there's just like that really special intimacy that you share with one another that you don't share with anyone else. So that's exactly what I'm looking for tonight.
Wow. That is great. Is that one of the dresses?
Yep.
How are you feeling?
I think, I had a really good day with you. I feel like I'm kind of like mad at myself for being so worried this week. I've really struggled with, putting my guard down and being completely open and honest and really communicating exactly how I feel. So, I really didn't want to do that today, but I also knew I had to.
No, and I want you to be comfortable to have those conversations.
Yeah.
Because I haven't in the past. I'm trying to do all the things that I wish I would have done in the past, and one of those being communication.
Yeah.
And
I told you the same thing for me, ever since that very first night, and being able to just let that guard down, as scary as it is. I've already found a lot of comfort in leaning on you, and I think that I've just been so worried about getting hurt and getting heartbroken that I haven't even really thought about if that's something that you're worried about, because I didn't know if you have had any worries or any insecurities throughout this whole thing.
I felt like a lot of things in my past relationships I held back because of personal things that I hadn't addressed. And being here, I'm just like, what's holding me back from that next step.
Yeah.
And the way that I was raised and like not having my dad around and how that affected us, like what I saw as marriage, a relationship at a young age, maybe things from that I'm projecting or had projected on relationships I've been in that I just know I needed to talk to them. And having that conversation helped me have clarity about what I want.
I was gonna ask if you got any clarity.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I've been trying to do with you, with myself, is make sure that my mind's cleared of anything that would keep me from pursuing you in love wholeheartedly. Because the big conclusion for me at the end of that conversation was I'm nothing like my dad. You know, what I view family, relationship, and commitment is different than him.
I mean, I think, like, I hate to, because I obviously don't know exactly, like, what you went through, but I do think that you learned so much from it, from what it sounds like. Of course, you would have chosen to have it differently growing up, but I think that you are the man that you are today because of all of those things, or in spite of not having him there.
Yeah.
And I know that you would never, you know, walk away from a family.
I can't tell you how much I appreciate that.
You know, I love the idea of you always being there for me, but also for them. You're all I think about, and you know, when I'm thinking about you, it is about our future together and you getting down one knee at the end of this. And you know, I don't know exactly where you're at. If you do feel like something's holding you back because of that relationship with your dad, I'm glad that you did get some clarity. I wanted to tell you that I am 100% completely ready for that if you give us that chance. And I am ready to take on life with you and like whatever it throws our way. I really do think that. You're laughing at me.
I'm happy I'm not laughing.
But I know I really do think that if you had a ring in your pocket right now and pulled it out, I would say yes. I feel like I've been ready for like weeks up to this point.
That's beautiful. He really does love her.
Tonight couldn't be any more magical already.
Simba, you dramatic queen.
Wanted anyone more in my entire life.
Oh my god, that is beautiful.
I really do love the man. I want to spend my life with him. I want to be his wife, and I am so ready for this.
That is gorgeous, actually. Like, I love every moment of this.
I wake up with a ring on my finger.
Simba! This dramatic queen here. You are so dramatic. Look at you. You have little tiny fuzzes. Yes, you do. You dramatic queen. What are you doing? Where are you going? Still at it? Yeah. You're so dramatic. You are so dramatic. You are. I love you though.
Doing all you can to manage type 2 diabetes and heart disease. But could your medication do more to lower your heart risk? Charges can reduce the risk of cardiovascular death for adults who also have no heart
Didn't
disease.
it? I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on it.
Charges lowers A1C.
Tonight feels incredibly tense. This is the last rose ceremony.
Oh my god, there's actually... Well, you're going home, Brie.
Will be the two women who we...
It'd be Michelle and Rachel is gonna stay for sure. Brie's going home. Like, I don't even care if that's my prediction. I feel like that's just a final result and answer.
But what if it's Michelle?
Going into tonight's rose ceremony,
I would be flabbergasted.
That would be angry.
everything that I came here for was to see if I could find my person that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with.
You better be
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, how are you?
Good to see you.
They're a perfect match.
Oh, how's you doing tonight?
mean, this is the love that I've been looking for. So it feels comfortable and exciting and scary and all the best ways.
But you're there.
I'm there.
Well, head on inside.
I'm in love with Matt. He's the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. Part of me feels like I'm top of the world. Part of me feels scared for tonight. I'm really hoping to get that rose tonight so that I can take that next step with Matt.
Hi, Bree.
How are you?
It's good to see you. How you feeling?
Better than last week.
Yeah.
But after Fantasy Suites, I felt like I got to know him a lot more and really got the opportunity to progress our relationship. So I feel really good about that.
No, ready or not, head on inside. All right.
Thank you. I am in love with Matt. I don't think I knew how badly I want to wake up to him every morning, and I feel so good when I'm with him. But obviously just very scary. All three of us have extremely high hopes going into tonight. And one of us is going to be completely blindsided.
Rach, it's so good to see you. How you feeling?
I'm nervous as usual, but I
Because it's somebody's funeral.
I love him.
No doubts.
Yeah, no doubts. I've never been so confident about anything in my life.
Well, you
Maybe
ready?
they just all like that color.
Head on inside.
Thank you.
I mean,
I
actually,
love
she's
that
wearing
James
purple right now.
so much. My fantasy suite with Matt just solidified every single piece of our relationship and the way we feel about each other. I believe Matt and I's relationship is different. And what
Oh,
we
he's
have,
not showing up in
we
the
can't
Impossible
have that
car.
with two
Okay.
other women. I don't think Rose has ever held more weight to it.
Tonight is going to be tough. At this point, every woman here has made it clear that they're falling in love with me. And I'm falling in love with them too. Everyone who's here, I could see being a wife. But I just know what I have to do, and it just hurts my heart. Ultimately, someone's going to go home brokenhearted. There's nothing any of these women have done to deserve that. This week has been monumental. I didn't think that it was possible to have these strong feelings for multiple people, but here we are, a final rose ceremony, and I just gotta continue to follow my heart. And this is the hardest decision I had to make. Michelle.
That actually made my heart sink a little bit. I was waiting to hear him say Rachel. I know you're saying Michelle, but I was waiting to hear Rachel.
That means Brie or Rachel. Oh no.
My only fear at this point is losing Matt and having to try and figure out how to live my life without him. I've told him I'm in love with him and that all could be erased.
Rachel. Rachel, will you accept this rose?
My right leg right now has so much chills going up and down it. I feel the pain Brie is settling into the pit of
Take a
her
moment, say
stomach.
goodbyes.
Like her heart went to her knees. Her knees are barely hanging in. Like how she's not collapsing to the floor. Honestly, like I feel every ounce of her anxiety right now. Like, can you even imagine giving your body away to a man to be rejected right afterwards? Yeah, she needs to sit the fuck down. She's gonna fall and collapse. I can't record this part. This is just too much. But I'm not gonna sit here and put her on TV like that. That's not fair.
There's no justification for this, but
Oh, she's just so heartbroken right now.
And that's what makes it so hard. It would have been easy if I could point to one thing and say that that's why. It's just a feeling that you have when you're with somebody, and it's nothing to do with you and who you are.
I mean, we already knew she was going home, but
when my heart's bleeding me.
when it's presented in front of you like this, you just at loss for words a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. I'll do a quick pan, but that's about it. She's still very beautiful when she's crying, though.
It is hard to think about, like, not being able to see you again, but I think that's just how this goes. You are going to be moving on to someone else, and I think that's what makes it harder.
I'll take the clock.
This one was difficult. Imagine this next show. And I totally thought this was over after this time. I was so wrong. I was so wrong. Like, here I thought I was, like, nearly done couch potatoing. Nope, you got another episode to watch. I knew you were going home, but I'm sorry to see you're so upset. That sucks.
It's really disappointing and sad that it wasn't me. It's hard because what I thought we had was special, but couldn't have been all for nothing. Yeah, it really couldn't have been.
Next week on The Bachelor, it's an emotional season finale when Matt's journey comes to a dramatic conclusion.
I'm about to make one of the most important decisions in my life. To find love, to find a wife, to leave this thing engaged.
Right, Tom? I'm Patty.
Nice to meet you.
My brother and my mom, they know me better than anybody. She doesn't want me to make the same mistakes my dad made.
Every time I see him, my heart's racing. I really do picture this future with him.
I've been looking for this type of love for such a long time.
Thank you so much.
Make me cry.
Love is a wonderful thing, but it's not going to be easy. Love is not the end all be all.
Hearing everything that my mom had been through just takes me back to a very dark place.
Oh, great. Thanks, Mom.
You okay?
No.
I thought this was that.
Yeah. You know if you can do this anymore? To be honest with you.
I don't know, Chris. Everything that I thought I was working towards is starting to crumble.
Tell me where you're at. You didn't even want to see me today. I feel pretty in the dark right now.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
It's all coming up next week on the shocking season finale of The Bachelor.